The last thing I just want to mention to you is like for people that are thinking about starting a business, there's really two other things to just think about. One is that ideas are trumped every single day by execution. So lots of people have ideas for a business, and some of them are good ideas, some of them aren't very good ideas. Very few people actually take action on their ideas. But in the end, the one thing that will differentiate a person, in my view, from being a successful business owner to not being a successful one is their ability to execute their business model effectively and hopefully efficiently. But effectively is more important. You know, you got to kind of get to a goal and hit those goals. You can be really efficient at making something, but it's the wrong thing you're making, and that's not a good business. But I think having the discipline to really focus on execution or recognizing you're not good at execution and finding a partner to work with you who's really good at executing can help a great deal. And then for people that just don't have an idea for a business, there's a great thought experiment you can work through, which is to get out a piece of paper, write down on the piece of paper two customer segments or groups of people that you personally self-identify with. So I might put in like entrepreneurship college professors as a group, and I might put in wannabe rock and roll drummers as another group. Then write down two customer segments that you would love to serve and kind of help, a group of people that you know are struggling in some way, shape, or form, and you really want to try to do something to help those individuals. And then come up with one or two problems for each of those four customer segments. So you'll end up with like 6 to 8 problems that exist. You will find that you are infinitely qualified to start a business to solve one of those problems because of your affinity to help a customer segment, or because you are part of a customer segment you've identified as being part of that. It's a great thought experiment to come up with ideas. You'll get excited. You'll be like, wow, I actually do know a lot about entrepreneurship education and the struggles that educators have, and maybe there's a business in that to help other educators to overcome some of those challenges. So that's just a little tip for those people that kind of say, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, I don't have an idea to start a business.
That's amazing. I remember I was doing this exercise in our class. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun doing the whole process with you. One last question. I know I'm over my time, but one last question. I really need to pick your brain on this. What is your thought on AI and the future of the world with AI, especially with entrepreneurship? What is your thought process on that?
So, I really like AI a lot. I use it a lot. It's not going to go away. And AI is only going to get better over time. So right now, you've got like these hallucination responses that AI will generate because they're pre-coded to want to please the end user. So you ask a question, it's going to give you something back. May not be accurate, but it's going to give you something back. That's going to get better over time. So you have to be mindful that the information you're getting really needs to be checked, because you never want to be in a situation where you're relying on AI data or information for a presentation, let's say, and then you're in front of people that actually know their stuff and you're just misrepresenting whatever it is because whatever chat GPT you
ChatGPT.
used, he gave you that information. But I use AI as a tool for learning. So for example, one of the things I teach in entrepreneurship is the business model canvas. There's a cool AI platform called Go Zigzag, and you go Zigzag. It's free. You might have to like type in your Gmail address, and you type in a business idea that you have. It doesn't have to be very detailed or well thought out. And in about 3 minutes, Go Zigzag creates a populated business model canvas. It creates a pitch for you. It creates 4 different customer segments with questions to ask those customer segments to validate different assumptions you have, and a whole bunch of other things. The cool thing about that is it saves time in having to watch a YouTube video about what's the business model canvas and how does it work. It lets you leapfrog ahead to quickly populate a business model canvas with one of your own ideas, and then kind of take action on that, because action is everything in business. So that's kind of how I use AI right now from a teaching standpoint. But I think it's a great tool, and I'm not afraid of it. And honestly, most educators are probably using it for grading, students' work, for generating some content in the class. And I think it's important to be transparent about that with students. It humanizes you, and probably will develop greater credibility between you and whoever it is you're working with. So don't hide from it. Embrace it, in my opinion, and just cite it. Don't take credit for something that's not yours.
Awesome.